Welcome to SATV News. This is Anaf Hussain with our headlines. Bangladesh entered the first hour of Omar Ekushe with solemn remembrance as the President and the Prime Minister led tributes to the martyrs of the 1952 language movement at the Central Shahid Minar in Dhaka. At 12 a.m. on Saturday, Muhammad Shahabuddin laid the first rite, followed shortly after by Tariq Rahman, honoring those who gave their lives for linguistic rights. This marks the first time the BNP chairman has paid his respect at the Shahid Minar in the early hours of Ekushe since assuming state leadership. He arrived at the venue accompanied by his wife Zubaida Rahman and daughter Zaima Rahman. Dhaka University Vice Chancellor Professor Muhammad Niaz Ahmed Khan, alongside senior university official and coordinators of the Ekushe Celebration Committee, received the President and Prime Minister upon their arrival. Following the floral tributes, a special prayer session was held at the altar. Participants sought eternal praise for the soul of the language martyrs, the heroes of the Liberation War. Amar Ekushe and International Mother Language Day is being observed across the country, marking the supreme sacrifice of the language of heroes of upholding the dignity of the mother language tongue Bangla. Today, the nation bows down with utmost respect to the brave martyrs who sacrificed their lives to protect the dignity of the mother tongue, and they did this day in 1952. On this day in 1952, the student community of Bangladesh erupted in protest of the unilateral declaration of the Pakistani ruling class when they took out a procession ignoring all obstacles. Rafiq, Salam, Barkat, Jabbar and Safur, along with many others, were martyred in police firing. Their sacrifice later inspired the nation to achieve an independent state through the Great Liberation War. In line with the national program, educational institutions in the country formulated their own program and observing the day. And all city corporation, municipalities, district councils, upazila councils and union councils are celebrating the day with due dignity. Various road islands and other important places across the country have been decorated with festoons containing the alphabets of all the ethnic group of the country, including Bengali. In addition, prayers have been organized in all mosques, temples, churches and other places of worships in the country for the repose of the souls of the language martyrs. Initiatives taken to resolve journalist problems, Information Minister Shopon. Zahiruddin Shopon, Minister of Information and Broadcasting, said initiatives are underway to address journalists' concerns and announce a new family card program under the vision of Prime Minister Tariq Rahman. The program, set to begin next month, will initially provide cash benefits through the cards. In the first phase, 4 crore 10 lakh discussions women across the country will be issued in the cards on a priority basis. The minister made the remarks during a discussion, award ceremony and cultural program organized by the Barishal District Administration on Saturday at the District Shilpakala Academy Auditorium. Commemorating the Great Day, Martyrs Day and International Mother Language Day, Shopon reflected on the historical language struggle for rights in Bengal, stating, from the 1952 language movement to the mass uprising of 1971, the people have never compromised in establishing justice. The spirit of language cannot be seized by other means. Elections remains the only path. On media issues, the minister emphasized the media must be allowed to function freely, efficiently. Education Minister ANM Ahsanul Haq Milon said today that the country's conventional education system is to blame for rising unemployment, as it fails to align with employment needs. Education is not meant to increase unemployment. It should reduce unemployment and create skilled human resources, he said. He made the remarks while speaking as chief guest at a discussion marking Language Maltese Day and International Mother Language Day at the Primary Teachers Training Institute in Mirpur. The program was organized by the Ministry of Primary and Mass Education. Milon said employment-oriented education remains insufficient compared to demand. The system must be reorganized so that students can become skilled, capable and productive. Although there are demands for opening new colleges, subjects and institutions, priority must be given to actual employment needs and market relevance, he said. At the first hour of International Mother Language Day, an opposition alliance led by Shafiqur Rahman, Amir of Bangladesh, Shafiqur Rahman placed a wreath at 12:24 a.m. followed by prayers for the forgiveness of the Maltese souls. He was accompanied by opposition chief whip and NCP convener Nahid Islam. Jamaat-e-Islami Naib Amirs ATM Azharul Islam and Professor Mujibur Rahman, Assistant Secretary General Maulana Rafiqul Islam, NCP member Secretary Akhtar Hossain and Northern Coordinator Hasnat Abdullah. Newly elected MPs from the 11-party alliance also participated. According to a Jamaat, Dr. Shafiqur Rahman's visit was part of his official duties as the leader of the opposition. Viewers, we are taking a short break. Stay with us.
Hello and welcome to International Affairs, and my name is Shamsul Alam Pantha.
I don't see an easy resolution to this because every slight deviation from the plan,
opening an open war conflict with them,
testing nuclear missiles,
Russia's announcement of these supposedly successful testing,
special and exclusive footage that is being played on SATV screen,
really coming to terms with Hamas.
Damage estimated between this entire issue.
President Trump is expected to hold bilateral talks.
preserving biodiversity and tackling climate change.
We cannot protect the planet before we negotiate peace.
Where is it going? Is it understanding the needs of its people before the needs of this global world?
For China to come to agreement,
They will face better projects.
With President Xi of China and President Lee of South Korea.
Trump's White House that is in favor of these things.
simply not enough action being taken to address the problem of fossil fuels.
What their plan initially is towards the Caribbean, a place that has been met with two types of disasters.
Bangladeshi students at the same level of opportunity internationally and domestically.
International Affairs. Watch every Sunday to Thursday.
Welcome back. You're watching SATV News. News from abroad. At least 10 people were killed and 50 wounded in Israeli strikes in Lebanon's Bekaa Valley on Friday. Two security sources told Reuters after the Israeli military said it had targeted Hezbollah sites in the Baalbek area. The strikes are among the deadliest reported in eastern Lebanon in recent weeks and risk testing a fragile US brokered ceasefire between Israel and Islamist group Hezbollah, which has been strained by recurring accusations of violations. The Israeli military said in a statement that it struck Hezbollah command centers in the Baalbek area, part of eastern Lebanon's Bekaa Valley. A senior Hezbollah official was among the dead. The sources said there was no immediate comment from Hezbollah. Separately, the Israeli military said it also struck what it described as a Hamas command center from which militants operate in Ain al-Hilwa area in southern Lebanon. US President Donald Trump warned Iran on Friday that the Iranian government better negotiate a fair deal as he considers military forces. He also said Syria is coming together well with President Abu Muhammad al-Golani doing a phenomenal job in response to a reporter's question on whether the US could take limited military action as the countries negotiate. Trump said he was considering that. A few hours later, he told reporters that Iran better negotiate a fair deal. Earlier Friday, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said on a television interview that his country was planning to finalize a draft deal in the next 2 to 3 days. To send of Washington, the tensions between the longtime adversaries have re-amped up as the Trump administration on pushes for consent from Iran and has built up the largest US military presence in the Middle East. Indonesia will take the role of deputy commander for operations in Gaza's International Security Force. Indonesian Foreign Ministry Sungyo said on Friday. He said the deployment would be carried out in stages across roughly 5 sectors, with the overall force potentially reaching 20,000 personnel or more. Indonesia is ready 1,000 troops for potential deployment in Gaza by early April as part of the proposed multinational peacekeeping force, its army spokesperson said on Monday. 5 countries, including Indonesia, have committed troops to the International Stabilization Force, according to its commander, Army Major General Jasper Jeffers. Some Indonesian apprehensives of Indonesia's involvement in Gaza staged a protest outside the US Embassy in Jakarta last week. British police said on Saturday they were contracting former protection officers who worked for King Charles' younger brother, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, urging anyone with allegations of sex offences relating to Jeffrey Epstein to come forward. Brazilian President Luiz Inacio Lula da Silva met Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi for bilateral talks on Saturday in New Delhi. Lula was welcomed by Modi at the Hyderabad House, where they walked out hand in hand before heading back in for their meeting. Lula also met with Indian Foreign Minister Subramaniam Jaishankar on Saturday. The Brazilian leader is in India for the state visit from February 18 to 22, where he also attended the country's AI summit. The US military said on Friday that it struck a vessel in the Eastern Pacific, killing 3 men, the latest such incident in recent months. Footage released by US Southern Command on X showed a strike on a military vessel. President Donald Trump's administration
only on SATV and SATV Digital. Hello and welcome to International Affairs, and my name is Shamsul Alam Panto.
I don't see an easy resolution to this because every slight deviation from the plan.
You're up to date with our top stories so far here on SATV. And to know the latest news, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with us.